Americans are notorious for not using all of their vacation days. And this is a criminal sin in my book. You earned it. Take that vacation. This is for all sorts of reasons, though. But one of those reasons, as I sometimes hear from my clients, is that prepping for a vacation is just so much work. And if it feels like you need a vacation from your vacation before your vacation even begins, well, that's not a super enticing prospect. So, in today's episode, I'm sharing some of my favorite tips for making preparing for your vacation a whole lot easier and a whole lot less stressful. So, stay tuned and get ready to jot down a few of your favorite ideas here so that you too can prep for your vacation without stress.
Welcome to the Do More, Stress Less podcast. I'm your host, Alexis Hasselberger, a time management and productivity coach. In every episode, I give you actionable, practical tips to help you learn to use your time in a way that feels good to you every day. No more hustling, scrambling, or struggling to keep your head above water. So let's dive in, and soon enough, you'll be doing more and stressing less.
Recently, I talked about how to actually unplug on your vacation. But if you've ever uttered the words, I need a vacation from my vacation, then you know that it's not only work that can make a vacation seem like more trouble than it's worth. So if you're planning to take a vacation this summer, or really anytime in the future, I want to share with you some steps that you can take to make your vacation or the prep for your vacation a whole lot less stressful. And a lot of these things are about what you can do before you go. So, before you go, one of the first things, one of the best things you can do is to use a packing list, right? Make a template that you can use over and over again. Do this the next time you're packing, right? As you're packing, just start noting down what it is you're packing. And so you will have this template as you go. Now, me, I have templates for a variety of different types of trips. I have a template for solo trips where I'm just going to be alone. I have a template for full family trips with me, my husband, both of my kids. I have a template that I use for camping trips. And I didn't do these all in advance. I made them the next time, the first time I was going on that trip. And then I've just added to them over time. Now, you want to make this packing list, I think, like at least a week before you go, because this is one of my favorite packing hacks. If you make this packing list and then you set up a spot in your house, you designate a spot in your house to put the things that you're going to pack, you can kind of pack in this little by little strategy, right? So that by the time you're actually ready to put all the stuff in the suitcase, you're like 80% of the way there. So for me, I always have this one chair in my house that like a week before my vacation, it's just jammed with stuff, right? I'm just seeing something that I want to wear and I'm throwing it there. I'm seeing something around the house. Oh yeah, that extra charger, I'm throwing it there. And this way, the packing is just not as daunting. By the time you are sitting there checking the things off the list, you have literally already packed most of them. They're already there and you're just putting them away. And you'll see, okay, what are the things that are left that I need to go grab and then put into the suitcase? It just makes packing a lot easier. Now, a thing that I have only started doing recently, I heard it from somewhere, I don't know where. I wish I could give them credit where credit is due, but maintaining duplicates wherever possible. Like if your budget allows it, can you maintain duplicates of toiletries, right? Buying an extra set of toiletries, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, whatever it is. You can keep this toiletry kit, like the travel toiletry kit, always stocked so that instead of looking around your house for all the 20 odd things that are going to go in the case, you just pack it already. It's ready to go. It's already complete, this travel toiletry case. And then you don't have to worry about missing something. This is one of my favorite things to do now because I never worry that I'm going to accidentally leave my toothbrush because I just used it right before I left and I left it on the bathroom counter. It's just always ready to go. Now, another thing that, if your budget allows it, is great for duplicates is for all of your chargers and cords, right? I think I'm not alone in saying that we all travel with a lot of electronics these days, right? You got your laptop, you got your phone, you've got your Kindle, you've got, whatever, right? We got a lot of stuff. If you've got kids, then you've got all sorts of stuff, right? Uh, you need those chargers. There's those cords. And when we travel, sometimes we even need like a travel router or a long Ethernet cable or whatever, just in case. So if you can swing it, it is also super helpful to have a travel case of cords just ready to go so that you can throw that in your suitcase instead of having to go around and make sure that you have cords for every type of electronic that you're bringing with you every single time. It just makes things a lot easier. Now, another thing that you can do is to prepare your house, your apartment, et cetera, before you go, is to make a kind of pre-travel to-do list or to-do template. And again, make this as a template so you can use it over and over and over again. There are always a whole bunch of tasks associated with traveling or leaving your house, right? And they tend to be pretty consistent. So this is things like, turning off the heat or the AC so that you're not paying a huge bill when you come back. Cleaning out your refrigerator of the food that will go bad so that you're not coming back to a crisper full of rotting vegetables. Holding the mail if you're going to be gone for longer than a few days so that you don't have your mailbox just jammed with all this stuff, signaling to the whole world that you're not at home, or worse, like not having anywhere to put all of that stuff. Maybe it's locking the windows, right? I think we all lock our doors, but sometimes, at least I know I find when I go around my house pre-travel, there are some windows, mainly in my kids' rooms, that have not been locked, right? Setting an alert with your credit card company, a travel alert. Now, this is something that some credit card companies and banks no longer need, but still some of them have that, and this can be really, really helpful. So, what are all those things that you need to do every time? This will make sure that you're not, sitting on an airplane wondering, oh my God, did I turn off the stove and is my house going to burn down by the time I get back? Oh, that's not something you're worried about. That's just me. Okay. Well, if you create a template for this, then you do not have to worry about any of these things because every time you will just do the checklist before you leave and you won't worry that you have forgotten something. Another thing that I really like to do, and this is, even though I hate cleaning, is to think about how to clean in advance, clean your house in advance. I don't know about you, but there is like nothing worse than coming back from a vacation. You're like, I just want to get in my own bed, I want to be home. You come back, you open the front door, and your house is a total disaster. And you're like, why didn't I do this before I left? So if you are someone who uses a house cleaner and, I do have a house cleaner that comes every couple of weeks. Maybe you're someone who doesn't use a house cleaner, but maybe you could call one in for this occasion. If your budget can swing that, schedule them for the day before you leave so that you can come back to a clean house and crisp, clean sheets that first night back in your own bed. Now, if you don't use a house cleaner, and many, many people do not for many, many different reasons, then plan to do whatever level of cleaning feels good to you before you leave, even if that's just making sure that there are no dirty dishes left in the sink, right? That you ran the dishwasher the night before you left, so that when you come back, you're not just like grossed out by your own house. How do I how do I know this? Because I have done this so many times, right? Like I have come back to a gross house and I didn't like it, and that's why I started doing this stuff, right? You also want to make sure that you take out the trash from all the trash cans in your house. You put out the recycling, the compost, etc., either the night before you leave or the morning of, because coming back to the smell of rotting garbage is one of the absolute worst things that can happen. So, whatever level of cleaning you can do in advance that is going to make you feel like when you come back, like I'm coming back to freshness, that's going to make you feel so much better. Now, what about when you return? So, there's not a lot of tips here that I have right now or to share right now, but one thing is true is that when you come back, you're not going to want to unpack immediately, right? Like we want to just relax. We want to sit down. We want to go to bed, etc. But it is going to make you feel a lot better if you just start the laundry, right? So what we tend to do in our house is everyone will just empty their suitcase in front of the washing machine and we'll just empty it, like just dump it all out. We're not like being precious here. We're literally just dumping it all out in a big pile. And then we start a load of laundry immediately, right? And we just keep on putting the laundry in. We don't have to fold it right away. We just keep on doing the laundry until all the laundry is done. And this makes sure that one, you don't live out of your suitcase for the next several weeks, or you find yourself 6 weeks later being like, where is that t-shirt? Oh, right. It's still dirty in the suitcase that I just shoved under my bed, right? Action begets motivation. You will not become motivated to do that laundry, right? But if you just like get in the house, dump it all out if you have a washer and dryer and put that in your washer, you will feel so much better. Just keep it washed and keep it going until all the clothes are clean. So when you return, that is my absolute number one hack is just start the laundry immediately. Make it easy on yourself. Now, another thing we can do to make travel prep a whole lot easier, like some people really love to plan vacations and to find recommendations for things and hotels and, things to do, etc. Some people love that. Some people like to go on vacation, but they do not love that, right? ChatGPT, Claude, your AI of choice, they can become your travel agent. They can be your next best friend when it comes to making it a little bit easier to plan, or let's say really very easy to plan some things to do. Do you have to do everything it says for you to do? No, but it can be really helpful. So I am planning a trip to London for, for I don't know, 5 days or so. And I use ChatGPT to just say, like, here is what the neighborhood we're staying in. Here are like, we want to go to the British Museum. We want to see Buckingham Palace. We want to do a few things. These are the types of foods that we like. I'm traveling with myself and my teenagers, right? And I give it all the context, the information. And then I said, okay, and here are flight times, et cetera. Can you build out a couple of itineraries using the things we know we want to do, but like fill it out with other things that we might want to do, or restaurant recommendations, et cetera, based on what we know. And this is so helpful because it's going to let you know, oh, great, you like Indian food and you are going to be in this neighborhood walking between this thing and this thing. Here's a great restaurant with great recommendations. You can have it give you a timeline. This is one of my favorite new ways to make vacation prep really easy, is to use AI to help us be our little travel planner, right? Our little travel agent for ourselves. So, those are my tips about how to make prepping and planning for a vacation and even coming back for that vacation just a little easier on yourself. And if you have a travel hack that I should know about, will you please tell me? Reach out to me and tell me. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the Do More, Stress Less podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, make sure to subscribe now so that you can save yourself time in the future and never miss an episode. It'll take 5 seconds to hit subscribe, and the payoff will be big. You'll never have to think about it again. And pro tip, you'll be using the decide once strategy and saving yourself from the fate of decision fatigue. Do yourself this quick kindness, and I'll see you next time.